know the statistics of January 6th. Mehdi, you're going to sit here. Mehdi, you're going to sit here. Mehdi, you're going to sit here and say if Trump cures cancer, then January 6th was terrible. Okay, the fact of the matter is you can't have an argument. You can't have an argument about
what's going on, you guys. We have Mehdi Hasan going in on a Newsmax host over martial law in D.C. Kyle Kulinski is also going in on the Newsmax host. Let's watch.
So as you all know, Trump decided to do a federal takeover of Washington, D.C. It's weird, man. I'm seeing all these videos of, like, you got FBI agents, DEI agents, DEA agents, and all sorts of, like, federal law enforcement officials just, like, wandering around D.C., and pestering people and questioning people, and some dude was smoking a cigarette on his porch, and you got, you know, some federal officers come up to him and start grilling him about shit, and it's bizarre, bro. And this is, look, he's testing his limits. He did this in California, he did this in Los Angeles, and he largely got away with it. Were there court cases? Yes, but the court cases are taking forever to come to conclusions, so he looks at that and goes, oh, I could do this wherever I want for whatever reason I want. Nobody's going to fucking stop me. And so now he's doing it in D.C., he's probably going to do it in New York, might do it in Chicago, and this is all at the same time. He's trying to gerrymander for the next election. He signed executive orders over the next election, and it's very clear, like, he's laying the groundwork for, like, if he's doing this in peacetime, what do you think he'll do when the election rolls around, right? That's the scary part. But we have Mehdi Hasan Mehdi Hasan of Zateo went on News Nation, and he got into it here with Leland Vittert about Trump's crackdown on Washington, D.C. And Leland has, he's got a knack for taking massive L's in front of the world. I don't know if you guys have noticed. I remember when Crystal absolutely dog-walked him on the issue of Iran. He's having a rough one over there with the 17 people that watch his show. But here, him and Mehdi go back and forth on Trump cracking down on D.C. Let's watch.
The D.C. cops want help. What is the right of the mayor and others to say, no, they don't need it?
Last time I checked, Leland, we're in a democracy, so that's the right of the mayor and the people to say that. I mean,
also, like, violent crime is down massively. We're at, like, historic lows. Trump himself was bragging in May about the massive decrease in violent crime in D.C., so you can't then say that, and now today go, oh, the crime is so bad, so that's why I'm doing this. It's a fucking lie. He's bullshitting. He's an authoritarian. This is power for the sake of power. It's control for the sake of control.
And the reason why Trump is able to get this sort of out there without having it scrutinized is due to people, specifically Caucasian people's fear of black people just in general, African Americans in general. You know, they're going to say, oh, you know, they're doing something good. They're infringing on African Americans' freedoms, but, you know, they're doing it for the safety. You know, they're out here doing traffic stops, busting people's windows, you know, breaking into people's cars whenever they didn't give them a reason to. You know, that's the police officers. You have to listen to them, right? And they're getting rid of all the different African Americans. Like, you know, they're getting rid of their rights, more or less, but white people don't care about that. Caucasians don't. And then sooner or later, once it's done to white Americans, Caucasians, then it'll be such a terrible story.
That's what it is.
D.C. actually is not part of our democracy, right? The people of D.C. have been disenfranchised for a long time. That's a whole separate discussion that we don't have time for tonight about home rule and control by Congress and the fact that they don't have members of Congress, et cetera, et cetera.
But Trump has the right to do this, so we've agreed on that. So
Trump has a legal right to send troops, and he doesn't have a right to interfere in the government, which he's now trying to do. Only Congress does. But, you know, let's just take this one by one. Statistics that you don't like. The statistics.
Oh, my God. They're showing, like, video of kids, like, breaking a convenience store window or something. Ooh, send in the federal troops. Like, oh, Jesus, they're such fucking disgusting propagandists.
Do show that crime is down, violent crime is down in D.C. These are FBI statistics as well as city statistics, as well as every stat out there. It's at a 30-year low, violent crime in Washington, D.C. It's down 35% last year, and as you said, 26% this year. You know who bragged, Leland, you know who bragged that crime is down in D.C. by 26% in April of this year?
I'm sure you're going to say Trump did, but I have no idea.
Trump did, yeah, Trump did. They took credit. They said, look, crime's down. Ken Martin, look, his acting attorney, no, it's important, because when they wanted to show the statistics in their favor, they did. Look, it's down. Crime is down in D.C. Homicides down in D.C.
I think you're making a mistake here, because you're making...
Yeah, it's Mehdi making the mistake, Leland. No, not you. as you're about to say some of the dumbest shit I've probably ever heard in my life.
Making a mistake here, because it doesn't matter whether it's up or down. It was at a high and out of control during the pandemic.
Yes.
Whether it's up or down is irrelevant. The fact of the matter is it still happens, okay? We have video from Friday night where a mob of kids took over a store and looted it. We have video from about a week ago where they beat up this mob of 15-year-olds were carjacking somebody, beat somebody up, almost killed them. What about their rights? I'm still trying to understand why, if you're a law-abiding citizen, more police is a bad idea.
This isn't more police. This is federal law enforcement. That's different. That's not the same thing. Can we stop pretending this is about anything other than Trump wanting to be a fucking king and wanting to have total authoritarian control? Why would anybody play into the delusion that this is about anything but that? It drives me crazy because it's so dishonest. Leland knows. Leland knows.
And by the way, Trump's big, beautiful bill that he had gotten passed actually takes a lot of money away from different programs to help the youth, the disenfranchised youth, by the way. You can look into that. It's wanting to take money away from these different foster care programs, which is where majority of the crime starts, right? From these different foster care groups, from, people that are in these terrible situations in the first place, right? But instead of helping them, instead of people looking at why are they doing this in the first place? Why is this system allowing this to happen? Why do we have a president who is, sort of not taking care of these people? Instead, we can demonize these people and use this to fearmonger so that we can take further control of you. What's next? They want to talk about, it's the Democrats that want to take away the... Best believe, I think the whole government at this point is looking to take away everything from the people.
Elon, I believe the reason he was let go from Fox News is because he wouldn't play along with the stolen election bullshit. And that's why I think he lost his show, if I remember correctly. I believe we discussed it at the time. And so, Leland, you know this better than anybody. The guy's a fucking menace. The guy's a menace. He's not doing this for any noble reasons. Don't fucking sane wash what Trump is doing here.
But it's not more police, right? It's the National Guard. Fire more police. Did you know that the Trump administration just cut $20 million in security funding to D.C., which is weird because apparently crime is out of control. When you say it doesn't matter whether it's up or down, it does. Some of us believe in truth and facts. When you say, crime should be stopped, of course crime should be stopped, but this is not the solution. Are you planning, or is Trump planning to send the National Guard to every city? Is he going to send it to Aurora, Colorado, which has a Republican mayor and a higher crime rate, violent crime rate than D.C.? Is he going to send it to every city? This is not sustainable, Leland. You're smarter than Donald
I hope he sends it to St. Louis.
You can't solve the crime problem by sending the National Guard. We're Americans. We don't like the military on our streets. We're not a tin pot dictatorship. We should be able to sort out crime through law enforcement, through policy, which Donald Trump doesn't
So let's put the National Guard aside. Let's put the National Guard aside. What's wrong with having...
I'm not going to put the National Guard aside because it's quite important. It's at the core of this. This is about Trump wanting to do a power grab. This is about Trump's obsession with the military. You can pretend it's about...
Did you just say come on to that? I can't tell if he's acting or just the biggest idiot in the world. I think he's acting. I'm going to lean towards acting. Because, again, he was smart enough to call out the fake election bullshit, the stolen election bullshit in 2020. Like, Leland, what are you doing, bro? Well, you think you're going to fucking lie your way back onto Fox News? Is that what's going on here? You think, if I defend him hard enough, I'll be welcomed back into the cool kid circle? That ship is sinking, homie. You're trying to get a ticket back on the Titanic, dick. That's what you're doing.
You think it's because Trump cares about crime in D.C., really? Because I remember Donald Trump on January the 6th, 2021, not giving a crap about crime in D.C.
Now for January 6th. Okay, Mehdi, no, Mehdi, come on.
Let me finish my point. This is a short segment.
I know you said that. 150 police officers got hurt.
Hold on. You gave Bill O'Reilly a lot of time. Let me give an answer. I'm here for a much shorter time. Let me speak. On January 6, 2021, you may want to move on for it. We all watched police officers in D.C. being attacked by a Trump-supporting mob, 150 injured, 600 people convicted.
Mehdi, you're going to sit here. We know the statistics of January 6th. Mehdi, you're going to sit here. Mehdi, you're going to sit here and say if Trump cures cancer, then January 6th was terrible. Okay, the fact of the matter is you can't have an argument. You can't have an argument about what.
And for context in what I'm about to say next, I think that you do need everyone to go against these juggernauts, these corporations, and everyone. So I'm talking to the people that even believe right now that January 6th was a complete conspiracy. And look, more people believe that than not. You have freaking Jimmy Dore saying that shit on his show. I believe still, even though they have constant stories saying that was a conspiracy, all these different things, right? But I'm talking to them right now. And if I'm saying, you do believe that the government's out to get you, if you believe that they're out here wanting to set you up, and you want to, just take that for what it is, what makes you think, right? Because Trump will be out of office soon, whether it's 5 years from now, whether it's in the next 3 years, 10 years, whatever you want to believe, right? Once he is out of office, they've already taken away, they're putting martial law in the cities now. They're using fear-mongering, using some pretty good videos to make you think that it's all so scary. But what happens whenever he's gone? What happens when now, oh, they're going to put martial law in the cities and put martial law in your homes, right? Because, again, to use their logic, use these Trumpers' logics, if they believe that there's going to be another pandemic or anything that goes on, and now they're forcing you to do, they're taking away your rights. Right. The fact that they're taking away someone else's rights right now, that may not have any concern to you. You might actually vouch for that. Right. But given that later on, these same rights that are getting like infringed upon, they're going to be used for other things. You're going to realize that, oh, shit, this is a bad idea. Like you just have do not get caught up in the moment is what I'm trying to say. Even to people like Jimmy Dore, they have to see exactly that this is just an attack on freedom all around.
Happening on the streets of D.C. without going back to January 6th.
What it proves, Leland, is that he doesn't give a fuck about crime. He doesn't care about. He pardoned all the criminals. 1,200 of them, hundreds of them were convicted on violent crimes, assaulting officers. He pardoned all of them. Some of them went on to be pedophiles. Some of them went on to kill people. Literally, we covered it on this show. That's what you need to understand, bro. Is like, the reason why he's bringing that point up is because it's the most relevant point of all time. If this guy cared about crime in Washington, D.C., he never would have pardoned a single one of the 1,200 people who went down for trying to coup the government. But they were doing it for him. So when you do violent crime for daddy, then, oh, you're a hero. I'll let you go. I'll even try to pay you restitution. That's what he's doing. Don't pretend like this is not a perfectly analogous and central to the conversation, because that is fucking dishonest, and Leland knows that's dishonest. For some of the most dishonest shit I've ever seen in my life.
So there we have it, you guys. Mehdi Hasan standing his ground against Leland, and yeah, what a shit show News Nation is actually, like Newsmax. I have no clue how bad it actually gets, but I do just see that's where it's going, whether it's Fox News, whatever it is. They're just going to show these crazy vids on from either they find it on Twitter, YouTube, whatever it may be, and say, yeah, the world's so terrible, but we'll come protect you. Let us in your house and actually pay us all your money, and we can just like stay there, and you'll never have to be worried about anything ever again. We'll completely control everything, so you don't have to worry about it, right? And I bet a lot of people will believe it, you know. And who knows how far it's going to go. Again, let me know what you guys think in the comments. It's another day in the progressive way.